Well, howdy, 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 and welcome back once again to the Withlacoochee River Railroad and the Withlacoochee River Report. Okay, I finally got a chance this week to get out here and look at this B unit, because it's been bugging me all week while I've been working. You know, it really has. And one of the things I discovered, this is not a reverse unit at all. That's basically a horn circuit. Got to admit, the horn sounds better than any of the old Lionel horns. But that's what that is, basically a horn circuit. It is powered. It is a powered model. So it does have motors in it, which, again, takes it back to the time, you know, probably the 1990s or so. But I can pull all that out, rewire the motors to run on, you know, run forward only. Which would work for me with my other Penzi unit. Which is, where is that engine? It's here somewhere. I know it's here. Now this would have been the mothership here. This one here would have been the mothership. But the board went bad in it. So it's wired and it just runs in forward now. It's got a bridge rectifier in it. I can do the same thing with the B unit and have it run just one direction, which would work for me. The problem unit is all this broken up end pieces. The guy I got it from said that it fell off the table or something like that. Okay, if you say so. And yeah, the thing is badly shattered, very badly shattered on the ends. Why it broke like that on both ends, I don't know. There are bits and pieces to it in here. Little bits and pieces. The three screw bosses are sitting in here. So those could be put back in. Believe it or not. We got, but we don't have all of the plastic bits and pieces here. So, that's just what he had in the box. I guess he was quite angry when he sold it to me. He wasn't angry at me. He was just glad somebody bought it for 10 bucks. I think it's well worth it. Now, what I could do, I put this together from junk. That's a masonite board. Piece of wood that I cut out because it's all I had on hand at the time. And the fuel tank was a junker fuel tank. But it also has bosses in it. Now I'm just wondering, it should fit on there. Or could fit on there. And I would have another whole B unit again. Write in the comments. Tell me what you think. Anyway, that's, like I said, been bugging me all week. I've actually worked like 4 days this week, and for the next show at Dana's, which is next Saturday. This is March or February 28th, 2025. I think that could work. In fact, I'm going to experiment a little bit, take that apart, and we'll see if we can make it work. So, anyway, that's really, like I said, now next Saturday, which will be March 8th, we will be at Dana's Railroad Supply for the show there on Deltona Boulevard in Spring Hill, Florida. So, be sure if you're in the area, you know, to stop by and say hi. Come buy some of my junk HO stuff. Hey, I gotta try. We'll have our table there. Our tables there. And it's the last show. It's going to be the last train sale at Dana's for the season until next October. The reason we do that is because it's just too hot to have an April show. We've tried that one before. But yeah, I'm gonna experiment with that just a little bit. So until next time, happy. Now, did you honestly think I was not going to run a train for you? Sheesh, come on, guys. You know me better than that. Of course I'll run a train for you. You knew I was going to run a train for you. I'm going to have to do some rewiring on that bridge for sure. Till next time, happy railroading. Okay, what I'm going to try today is I want to welcome you back to the Withlacoochee River Railroad, and I've got bosses in here. This shell is intact. I don't know. There's no markings on the shell. I don't know who made the shell. It's not a badly detailed shell. It isn't as nicely detailed as the see-through details you've got on here. It is the same length, same height, and everything. This one I had gotten a friend, my buddy John. He had this junk box sitting there, and he sold me a bunch of shells. And there was a flat car in there, a good flat car, a good K-line flat car that had an F40PH body shell glued to it, which that was a good shell. It wasn't real strong glue. I was able to, get it off clean and everything. He figured the guy was trying to make dummies or something. So what I'm thinking here, we can unclip all of this extra crap here, and that's pretty much all I'm going to do is get that apart and see if we can fit this shell onto that frame. The frame that I had made for that other B unit, I was hoping to be able to rig something up where I at least would have a B unit dummy to pull behind my A unit here. These are dummy trucks that came on another. Well, when they came to me, they came on a Lionel F3B unit. I got rid of that shell last Saturday, at a train show. This fuel tank was in amongst those junkers. Put it all together, and it didn't look bad, but it didn't look good. Of course, these are the improper trucks. They're not even Blomberg trucks. They're more like switcher trucks. What I want to do here is, let's see, I got to get, well, that's the wrong one. There, that'll work, maybe. Let's see what we can do in here to get this apart. I guess I could just cut that, because it's not going to do me any good anyway. Let's see here. Huh. I got a nice diaphragm there. All right. Where are my pliers? There they are. It's like some of this stuff is just brittle as can be. Wow. I wonder if the plastic was any good. I really do. Yeah, you got to ask, was the plastic any good? I'm going to save it, because if I can find a way to actually get the sides off of here and put them on that one, I think I would like that better. And it would match up to the A unit better, because they are both K-line. So, okay, and we've got the male plug over here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take the horn out of this thing anyway, so, all right. So much for that plug. That one's trash. I didn't leave enough lead on it that it could be used. Let me put these over here with my diaphragms. Maybe find a passenger car, or maybe even use them on this other F3B unit. Alrighty. Well, we've got all that crap off of it now, so what I'm going to do, I did power this up a little bit ago. Yeah, the horn works. I'm going to go with the assumption that the body shell, or the what do you call it? The motors work as well. You know, while this guy does sell some stuff that's really not that great, he usually doesn't sell crap. So I just want to see if I can get this to slide over. Looks like it's going to be a bit of an issue here. I guess I could grind that edge off of that fuel tank, because it looks like it wants to slide over. Alrighty, let's see here. There we go. That's one side. Let's see here. Maybe it's on. I think I got it all on wrong, don't I? Okay. Yeah, it's got something there that's grabbing it for sure. Yeah, it was on the correct way. Oh, we got a couple of screws there. Okay. Well, let's get those out of there. Alright. Need to have that on the boss. Welcome to Monday Night Maintenance Madness, by the way. Hey, it's Friday. Friday the 28th. Alrighty. Alright. I don't think that's what was causing the problem getting it on there, but damn, did I already lose that little screw? Son of a gun. Can't believe I did that. It's got to be up here somewhere. Those things, they have this tendency to just kind of disappear, you know. Well, got another one here. I know there's another screw in the box. Okay. Get in there. Oh, this one's got halfway decent traction tires on it anyway. All right, you. You are coming off of there. Okay, my insteps are also tied to that. Oh, both screws are still there. Okay, no, I didn't lose it. All right. Both screws were in the... Okay. All righty. So much for those bits and pieces. All right. We got that. This is held on by a bunch of little... Well, it's riveted on at the end. That's not the issue. I think... Possibly, may have to grind it. Oh, I'll bet you I know what's holding it on. Ah, okay. Yeah, because that does fit in there. But, alrighty, let me get some nippers here. Nippers. Some nippers. This boss is what's keeping it from going down on the... Okay, yeah, we can fix that. I've got nippers. I got nippers out the yanga yanga. Okay. Of course, that screw boss is not being friendly at all. But I bet you that's what's holding me up from being able to get this down on that frame. Okay. Got that one cut back. And I got that one cut back. All right. See if I can get in here and get around it. Okay, got it out. All right. Okay, now let's see. This is the front of the locomotive right here. This would have been the receiving jack, and on the originals, the wire jack coming out of the back end would have been like this here. It would have had that different kind of plug on it. Would have had the male jack on it. This is the female jack. Alrighty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep, now we know what plainly, well, that it will fit. I need to take a little bit more of those bosses out of there. But yeah, that will fit on there, and I do have, so I do have a, shell that'll fit it, and it's not a K-line shell. I don't know who made this shell. It could have been our friends at, let's see here. Let me check something out real quick. Yeah, I believe that shell there is it's a Williams shell. Because the details on this are absolutely identical to the details on this. So yeah, this is a Williams shell. This is a Williams shell. All right, this is a Williams B unit. This is a good B unit that goes with my Lackawanna set. I had long suspected that that was a Williams shell. I just didn't know for sure. So, what I'm going to do here I'm sure that my nippers here have probably been ruined. Okay. Alrighty. Got everything down to the... Alrighty. I think we still have some more nipping to do. It looks like... Actually, this would have been the front. Okay, so the B unit would have plugged into the primary A unit. Okay. And then the secondary A unit, or the third unit, would have plugged into the B unit. Okay. So, that's got to be the front there. I'm going to have to clearly mark that, you know. But yeah, the B unit shell will fit on the, as soon as I get enough of that, those screw bosses down, the B unit shell will fit on there. You know, one of the things that was missing out of here is that second set of steps. Figures. But, and it's already in red primer. Oh, I mean Tuscan red. Yeah, it's already close to Tuscan red. All right. Like I said, I wish... if I can find a way to cut these sides off, because I think that the detail on the K-line units was so far superior to that of the Williams units, detail-wise. I mean, you look at that shell, you look at the difference between those shells. You've got, really applied, you got handrails, grab irons, anything like that. Your screen here is actually a screen that, and it looks good on all my units. You know, no wonder people like the K-line units better. They look good. They're great looking units. If I could find a way to get these side panels melded into the, and get them put into the, but then again, the side panels are what partly holds this all together too. So, but I think we've learned something today. I think we've learned we can mix and match some stuff if we have to. I will have a B unit, and it will be a powered B unit running along with my powered A unit. And as soon as I can find the time, I'm going to have my Penzi setup. And I'm quite happy about that, actually. We can, we'll have to get that out. We have to get that circuit board out. I did not think that circuit board had anything to do with I'm going to go along with the yellow, and let's see, the red and black wires are the ground, and the blue and yellow, there should be, yeah, it's blue and white wires will be your motor wires. Got a lot of resistors on here. Lots of resistors, a few capacitors. Huh. Gee, wonder what we could use those for, huh? Wonder if we could make our own Blue Nami board out of that, huh? I doubt it. I would love nothing more than to put Blue Nami in these engines. But, oh yeah. That'd give me another good pair of F units to be able to run. Absolutely. This one has a speaker in it. It has to, because it does have a horn. I just tried it. So, it does have a horn, and and that's all it's got. It doesn't have any other kinds of sound or anything like that. So, let's see here. What do I do with my... There we go. They love to mount these way up high off of the frame, don't they? Okay, that one's going to work out just fine. Okay. And the other one will be stuck. You know it'll be stuck. And I'll have to hold that little cute little screw. There's another one. Got to be somewhere. Yeah, it's got to be over here somewhere. You can barely see these things. Ah, there you are, you little bugger. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, look at all that crap wire in there. Alrighty. Alright, we got wire nuts. Lots and lots of wire nuts. Okay. Red and black. That's your motor or your power pickup in these things. Blue and yellow is your motors. Getting them to undo here. I don't like having to cut the wires, because if I have to cut the wires, then I don't have enough wire to solder anything to the... There we go. Now, and of course they use the poor man zip ties here. Bread twist ties to hold everything together to make it look like they did a neat job. I'm sure they were made in China. Because back in the 1990s, it's like these companies couldn't move to China fast enough. Damn chinks. Alrighty. Let's see. My wife's got a doctor's appointment today, so I don't know which one she's seeing. She sees more doctors than I do. Alrighty. Come on out of there. Alright. Now, let's see what we got here. Okay, we've got them wired in. With the motors are wired in series anyway, which is good. So, that's very good. So I don't see any reason to really pull too much of that apart. We can keep that wired together. This here, okay, we got speaker wires going down underneath. So, That's good wire to have, though, if you need it. Better hang on to that because I may need to add wire in. Alrighty, let's see. That is a piece of die cast, so it should be. That's what those 4 screws are for. Okay. What'd I do? Lose a screw? I wouldn't doubt it. Trying to keep everything together over there, you know. I don't have to worry about that coming out. I believe these screws are what hold on the fuel tank. And the only reason I need to get into the fuel tank is to get the speaker wires out. Okay. Teeny tiny little screws. They're not they say the horns in these were typically in the B units, and that's certainly proving to be true in these sets. Now I don't want to lose those screws because I will have to put those back in once I've got the speaker disconnected. You know what? I probably shouldn't. That's what disconnect holds the speaker in. Yep. Alrighty. Alrighty. And let's see. Yes, we do have a speaker in there. Okay. You know what? I just thought about it. I might as well leave the speaker in there because if I ever do put a sound system in, you know, obviously if I'm going to need a more powerful speaker, yeah, okay. So I might as well. The problem is those are yellow wires. And we need to keep the motor wires connected together. The yellow wires are the same color. But I'm going to put a knot in those so that we'll know what we've got, where we've got it. I'm just going to knot those together. And that way I'll know what I'm dealing with. Alrighty. Come on, you. And I won't make the mistake of putting those wires in the, trying to hook those wires up as motor wires. All right. Lay those down somewhere, probably tape them down. Alrighty. We need to solder together red and yellow wires that are being held together by twist at the moment. And let me go over here and see if I can find where I left a certain item. I know I've got them over here. I brought them over here. And why I did such a stupid thing, I'll never know. But it's just like me to do that. Because I surely was, here they are. Okay, I found them. gee, I can't open anything anymore. I'm getting old. I'm telling you, I'm getting old. I would tell you to not get old because it sucks, but then that'd mean you'd die early, I guess, and we don't want that either. Alrighty. My little friend. Alright, let's put those over here with the other stuff. And we got this loose. A lot of resistors there. Gee, I could probably put an LED in the A unit for the headlight. That would work. All right. So, y'all pretty well know that this is a pretty straightforward operation here. You got your positive and your negative. Your positive is always the tall one. This is your DC side. This is the DC out to the motors. These two other prongs going the other direction, those are your AC prongs. And it gives you that indication on the bottom side as well. So you know what you got there so that you don't screw up like I would. The really nice thing about it is, of course, we don't know which one is going to be which until I get them all together and find out if I've got to switch wires again to make it go forward. This engine runs fine. This engine runs great now. Remember, this was the one where my reversing board went, my E unit went bad in it. So, and while I would much prefer to have this shell on there, because this shell is so badly damaged, really the only thing I could do with this is basically try to cut the sides out as best I could and try to put the sides on that. And I don't see how well that's going to work. We could take maybe and scratch build some ends for it. I don't see how that's going to happen. But, I hate to let that one go because you know, this is a good looking shell. It's not, hey, it's not a Lionel shell, okay? That's the main thing. It's not a Lionel shell. And that by itself is a plus. Anyway, I'm going to call this a day, at least on this operation. Like I said, I've been thinking about this all week long. It's been bothering me as I'm working. I'm sitting there flagging traffic or cleaning up debris, construction debris. I've had 2 different jobs this week. I didn't flag till yesterday, and then the wife's got an appointment today, so that's why I'm off. I'm out here, able to get out here and make these videos. But we'll get this thing going and get her going right. And once I'm sure that the power supply will be able to run both engines without too much difficulty. So, you know, the guy told me it ran. It still ran. Well, for $10, you couldn't beat it. It's still a powered unit. They've already got the motor wires together on this, they look fine. get them soldered together. Get the wires soldered together, of course, which will work far better. And then get them soldered to the motor leads, of course, to be soldered to the DC terminals. And the AC terminals, you would solder the red and black wires to. And it doesn't matter how you put those. Doesn't matter which ones. It's alternating current. It's just going to go in. If the DC current is what you have to worry about. Now, of course, like I said, they're wired in series, which is, okay, if you wired batteries in series, for those of you that don't understand, if you take your batteries and wire them in series, you need to go from the positive to a negative to a positive to a negative. And this is basically how this works. This is why you have one blue wire from the motor connected to the yellow wire from the next motor. That's so the motors, because they're DC motors, it'll make them go the same direction. And because if you wired the blue to the blue and the yellow to the yellow, you're going to have that going two different directions. You're going to have that thing fighting each other. You're going to have each truck fighting each other. You got two motors there to deal with, so you don't want to have to deal with that. But yeah, we'll get this all put together here pretty soon. Like I said, I've got to go away. The wife has an appointment today, and then I'm sure that we're going to want to go do something today to get things taken care of. Technically, I could just pull that around with, but why? I ain't doing that. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make this engine run properly. So this whole thing will. We'll be able to pull passenger trains that look correct now. So until next time, happy railroading, happy trails, and all that happy horse manure. We'll see you next time. Okay, well, after I didn't need to get out of here all that quick, so I went ahead and just wired in the bridge rectifier. The thing works flawlessly. It really does. I mean, it looks a little crappy now. I don't have it anchored to the... I don't have the Williams body shell anchored to the B-unit chassis just yet, the K-line B-unit chassis. But they are working, and they work fine together. As you can see. And they run smoothly. Okay, they sound a little rough, but I'm happy with it. You got to see it go in this video, no doubt. So, hey, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm not happy that I didn't get to use the side panels for the other B unit shell on that. I would have liked to. Grafting them in, yeah, it can be done. Of course it can be done. But trying to do that right now, and we'd have to do too much spreading apart to get it onto the shell and get the shell onto the frame. Might as well have an intact shell, and that would make it work much better. So, as it stands right now, I'm going to have to get me some good Brunswick green, not Brunswick green, although I probably should, and I probably should paint and decal locomotives in Brunswick green. It would be the proper color for F units. Because Pennsy never ran any passenger F units except FP7s. And I'm not even sure they ran that many of those. But F7s and F3s, no. No, they were all Brunswick green. They just pulled freight with them. You didn't see... You saw some Brunswick green E units, which, by the way, were really, when they were clean and everything, they were very handsome E units. No question of that. But I don't mind the Tuscan Red Pennsy. I need to find me some Tuscan Red, though, or mix me up somehow that will look fairly good. And maybe I'd be able to apply it with the airbrush. And if I could get some decals for Pennsy, if I could get some decals, period. Dana doesn't bother ordering them anymore. Nobody has decals anymore. And ordering them through the mail, yeah, they'll sell you the decals for what? $10? $10 shipping. No, thank you. But yes, I like my F units. And now I've got another AB pair of F units. Now if I could just get a B unit pair for the, get another junk, maybe a junk B unit for Western Pacific, I'd be very happy. But we're going to leave it at that. And now I've got things to go do. So I need to maybe consider wiring in a headlight. And I've got these LEDs that I picked up. These Christmas lights. Some cool white LEDs. Micro LED lights. Picked them up at Walmart during the Christmas season. They were only like $2.24. So I think, why not? And that circuit board that I just pulled out of there got a ton of resistors on it right there. These are all resistors. Don't know how many ohms they are by looking at them. I'd have to look it up online. But it looks like there's probably quite a bit of resistance in there. So just solder them out. Solder one in line on the negative side of your of the LED, and you'd pretty much have it made, wouldn't you? Huh? They're nice looking little LEDs too. Yeah, we'll get that figured out here soon too, and all of my headlights. So until next time. Happy railroading.